was locked in on the game.
Oh man!
And we're live.
Build it.
He can't. He one of them dudes that can't rub his belly and tap his head at the same time.
We are live for real.
God dang it, Pat.
Every time, JC, you're never ready for the live.
Gotta put my bra on first.
Excuse me.
Whoa!
Whoa, okay.
Pause.
Okay.
Where's the flag?
Okay.
Breeze Nation. Now what? Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. That's right.
Wow, bro.
I'm just joking, all right?
That went over my head.
I mean,
it went over your head.
out of all the
Nobody's got a sense of humor anymore.
I do, but not that.
No, you all.
Out of all the bars, you want
Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, of course, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. The man formerly known as Drink OJ, Stefan Adon in the building. A lot to get into on today's episode as stadium updates,
Really?
stadium updates. And we got plenty of them, ladies and gentlemen, as it seems like the Chicago Bears are pulling a JC and getting out of here. You know what I mean? It has been very talked about today and in the news about, what has happened with this Illinois deal. We got a couple of updates here that I talked about on the Chicago Bears podcast. Want to bring them to this episode as well here and talk with you boys about them on what has led us to this point and how we have really gotten in this situation where it just seems like the Bears are destined to be heading to Hammond, Indiana, which feels really weird. Get you guys' thoughts on that.
I don't like
as well. And,
I don't like it.
And we did. Hey, listen, there is still some kind of football to be spoken about here, as the Chicago Bears technically got the asking price for Max Crosby. So we'll talk about that and more on today's episode. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, boys. How you feeling today?
Not bad for
Friday Eve.
Feeling pretty good. Yeah. Nice
Friday Eve, I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
50 degrees plus.
Oh, you ain't lying.
like
It's summertime shower right now.
Hey, listen, y'all know what this means.
I got my car washed.
Y'all know I did go get my car washed today.
I didn't. I'm still rocking.
Did
I'm still
anybody
rocking.
rain?
I'm
Did
still rocking
anybody
that
else get
Texas
that
dirt.
random dust storm?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I don't know where that dirty rain comes from.
It came from Oklahoma and Texas.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
That was weird. I felt bad for like people that had to be outside and stuff like that.
My car
That was
looked
a
like it
weird.
needed to be in a
happened overnight.
junkyard.
It happened overnight, so it wasn't that big deal.
Again, you
I
making
woke
good
up,
points.
I thought
You
my
making
car
good
was
points.
done. Yeah, it was bad.
Listen, realistically speaking, it's the Bears are in this very interesting situation here with them possibly going to Hammond, Indiana. Seems like Indiana is expected to push this bill through SB 27 that is going to allow the Chicago Bears to go to Indiana, essentially, without spending any money. But even in that, the Chicago Bears have said that they would be willing to commit to still putting forth, I believe, $2 billion towards that build. So listen, it is still the Bears putting up their money. They're trying to make this the best kind of stadium that they can. I think that there's some good, I guess, in that aspect of it.
Hey, I'm the old man. Get off my lawn. It ain't the same. I don't want to cross Indiana border to watch my Bears. I still tailgate at least twice a year. Get off my lawn. I don't like it.
Yeah. I think this is the
Okay.
I think he just wanted to get that out there.
I did.
I think this is the interesting part of this whole situation with the Chicago Bears and kind of where they're starting off. By the way, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Some of the updates that we've gotten on this, and Sylvie, was talking about this, and he was talking to some lawmakers, of course, made a couple of calls around throughout the day myself. And, spoke with some people on kind of where this situation lies. But the one thing that seems to stand pat, because the big question was, JB Pritzker came out and essentially was like, the Bears kind of pulled the wool over our eyes. And we didn't even know that this was coming. We had a 3-hour conversation that Kevin Warren couldn't be bothered to show up to. By the way, in him saying that, he also said that his staff had a 3-hour conversation that he wasn't there either. So neither one of y'all were in the building. Stop trying to give me the high and mighty act.
Bro,
point the finger in all of this.
All right.
But here's
make it happen, bro. It comes down to this. Hey, you going to give the Bears the tax break to build in Arlington or not?
Probably not.
It's 3-hour conversation. That is a yes or no. They've been going back and forth for how many months over this one point? The one point is give us the tax breaks. The Bears are willing to put up their own money just give us the tax breaks and move on, but they won't. It's ridiculous.
And here's what the updates that we have on this entire situation with kind of where the Bears are at. Positive things are being said about Indiana right now, and Indiana does seem to be in the lead, but it doesn't mean that they're building there. The talks with Illinois are still ongoing, and there's still a lot that they feel that Illinois could offer. What the Bears have asked of Illinois has not changed. So when the Bears were saying to adjust some things in the language, this has not changed in a sense of what they're asking the Bears for. But realistically speaking, they're just, tweaking some small things at the end. Here's two things that I thought were incredibly big about this conversation that I learned today, though. Number one, of course, if it this is before the two big things. If it does happen, it's happening in Hammond. We're not doing the Gare Bears. We're not doing the what was the other one that got involved in that? It was
South
Potawatomi Lake or something like that.
It was
one of them weird Indiana things.
Yeah.
So it's not that, of course, but but it would happen in Hammond. It would be on the Wolf Lake, property. So
Wolf Lake.
That's bottom line. With the people that we talked to and that I was able to talk to, they talked about how if this was a 2-horse race right now, Indiana is in the lead, but Illinois started out far in front of where Indiana was at. And Illinois didn't get serious about this until Indiana got serious about the Chicago Bears. So those are the two things for me that really stood out, because Illinois thought it was a game. And when you hear JB Pritzker today, you continue to feel like he thinks that this is a game, that the Chicago Bears will never leave Illinois. And now all of a sudden that the Bears have some leverage, it seems like he's maybe a little bit more willing to get this done. And the biggest opposition that everybody said right at the beginning of this was the McCaskies will never take the Bears out of Illinois. They're not going to move. It's his grandfather's team. He's never going to take them out of the city of Chicago. He's never going to take them out of Illinois at a minimum. Realistically, what I'm hearing right now is that ownership 2 years ago would have agreed with that sentiment. Ownership right now is all in on what the best business deal is. And that is why the talks with Indiana are so serious right now. When you're hearing all of this, boys, I mean, this truly just feels like, and I'm not going to say the Bears have been perfect. I think the Bears focused on downtown Chicago way too long. This could have been done already. If you're not wasting time saying, let's figure out how to get Chicago involved, I think this could have been done already. If you're not wasting time saying, well, let's figure out how to get a lakefront property, knowing the fight you're going to have to go through all of that.
Yeah.
But from how it sounds and the things that we're hearing about, kind of Governor Pritzker's statements and what Sylvie said about his feelings on this today, this feels like it's gotten to a point where, or at least on one side, it's gotten personal. It has gotten to the petty points, and Illinois could lose the Chicago Bears because Governor Pritzker doesn't want to play ball with the Bears in ways that he would. And I think this is the interesting part with other billion-dollar organizations that have happened here in Chicago. He's treating the Bears as if they're as a fan that has been hurt by the Bears, not as the governor of a state. Boys, when you hear all this information, what are your thoughts?
He's treating the Bears as if he knows that they're automatically just going to stay here because that's the history and the Chicago Bears name and the allure of again staying here in Chicago. But your time is up. I feel like this should have been done. The deal should have been done. Shovel should have been in the ground months ago. And now that Kevin Warren and the Bears have the leverage and they're playing hardball with Pritzker, yeah, I'm gonna take my ball and go to India. I'm not gonna go home. I'm gonna go to Indiana. I'm gonna go to Hammond because they're giving me everything that I want. And like you mentioned, you're not giving us the tax breaks that we need. And so why would I stay there? Even if, like, I love the fact that he paused the meeting and said, you know what? No, we'll come back to it. We actually want, what did he say?
Want to change some of the language?
Yeah, some of the language. Yeah, we want to, get some things more straightened out. And so I love that they're making the governor sweat because he knows that I feel like his job or his credibility is on the line.
That word kicked your butt a little bit.
Huh?
That word kicked your butt a little bit.
Credibility. Credibility is on the line if he allows the Bears to leave on his watch, and I think that's going to happen very soon.
What do you got, Joe?
For me, it's kind of multifold because Illinois has enough revenue, enough tax paying, enough billionaires where they are way more financially stable than Indiana could be. There's way more money, way more commerce, way more ability to offshoot some tax ramifications in Illinois, even with all their bad government compared to Indiana. Indiana is a very fruitful business state, but they don't have as much as Illinois has. So there's no reason why we should not be able to keep the Bears. As you said, it's definitely a political, I'm going to take my ball and go home. I'm upset. Mm-hmm. I don't think the Bears are going to leave because we got the stronghold, because they've been here since the 1920s when they were just the Staleys or whatever, that they been here. Their roots are here. They'll never leave. And it's like, at the end of the day, the Bears are running as an organization, not a mom and pop. They're running as an organization where it's $1 million, $1 billion business, where it's just not a family-oriented business. So I understand them leaving. I just don't like it as being a 40-plus year Bears fan. That Chicago is the home, right? Chicago is their home. Even when they were talking about moving to Champaign, it was like, no, Chicago is their home. Arlington is close enough to Chicago, so it's kind of like just a suburb. Yeah. But now you're moving across state lines. It doesn't feel right.
Here's the wild part. Hammond's closer. Hammond's closer to downtown Chicago than Arlington Heights. That's the wild part about it. It's like it truly is just the fact that you're crossing that state line. Yeah. It's gotten to this point.
Plus, they don't sell alcohol on Sundays.
Listen, you're gonna be able to buy your. Somebody said that in the comments. It was like, you can't get alcohol on Sunday.
It's a dry state.
They sell beer at the Colts game. You can buy beer at the Colts game. You're going to be able to get alcohol.
Hammond is dry
on Sunday.
Hammond is dry
in Bearville. I bet you they changed the rules.
It's dry. Indiana's a dry state.
I guarantee you they will.
I bet you they changed the rules to get that one done. Ringo, what you got?
I just think that, to me, it sounds like you play stupid games. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, this is one of the things where they've been talking about this for months.
We going into year 4 of this.
Not months. Like I said, years. But at the same time, it's just like, if I'm Pritzker, this is the time to get on that Bears bandwagon. Like, you just saw what they did. There's gonna be gobs and gobs of money coming in, basically at all times, and it's like you trying to call that bluff, but they seriously like finna get ready and pack that stuff. It's nothing else.
The only part that I see that was changing is the original deal was to build right next to Soldier Field. And that took a while for the Friends of the Park to say no, finally, because they were going to move and get rid of those softball fields. I don't know if anybody's been in that area, but it's a bunch of softball fields that's not even used anymore.
Sam, I can't. We talked about that before, right? Like, I don't remember a time that they played softball there.
They did.
I know at some point they did.
Long time ago.
But since I've been alive, I swear there hasn't been a softball game there.
It hasn't, because they moved a lot of the softball fields have moved up towards the beach area and like Lincoln Park area, and then they moved further south in Washington Park area. But they used to have softball leagues a lot over there, where right now the only people that are using it is the JP Morgan what's that thing called? JP Morgan, the race. The
racetrack?
No. They do this. JP Morgan does a race around Chicago where they shut down the streets. Yeah. They do that one, and it's another company.
Wait, isn't that the NASCAR?
No. He's talking about like a foot race.
Yeah, no. It's a foot race where they do a JP Morgan challenge, and they do another group that does that where they shut down and do like a 10-mile run or whatever. And they use that the softball place as a staging, which you still could do that in a parking lot. So my point is that they could have easily built something in Chicago. Okay, fine. The Friends of the Park didn't want to play. Then move those concessions to Arlington Heights and get it over with. But they not.
Can I ask a question? Would you be upset saying you've been following the Bears for 40 years, and for us,
bang.
Yeah,
we have that.
Yeah, 40 plus. 40
I'm not saying you're old.
I am.
What you saying, Kevin Hart? Dang. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm not saying you're old, Drew, but you might want to get your affairs in order.
It is. Hey, I'm shopping life insurance as we speak.
Just shopping?
Yeah.
You should have been at. I'm younger than you, and I got it.
I'm talking about. I need more. That's what I said. I need more.
Oh yeah. That is how you get rich quick.
Here's my question to everybody. Really, are you mad that the Bears are moving, or what if they just keep the name the Chicago Bears and they still aren't having it? Instead of it being like the Hammond Bears.
Well, they're never. They're never changing the name.
So it's still Chicago.
Bears is the New York Jets and the New York Giants play in New Jersey.
It's for me.
They're never changing the name.
As long as it's Chicago.
It's a difference for me. For me, it's because those other cities, they moved because of land issues. Like they didn't have a lot of land to be able to develop. Chicago has the land to develop.
Well, we moved because of governor issues.
No, but that's different. Yeah. That's stupid. That's the part. That's the point. That's the point that makes us upset. This old people that's set in their ways. It's like there's not a lack of land for you to move. You got land in Chicago. You got land in Arlington. Make it happen. Why do we have to go to our neighboring state of Indiana? Why do we have to go to our neighboring state of Iowa?
Yeah.
Why do we have to go? Illinois is big enough.
On it. Iowa. I think Iowa was in.
Iowa was in there years ago because they right there on the side. But why do we have to do that? We are more than capable of a state financially, economically, and even socially for us to build this stadium here.
I don't know about economically. Like if we being honest. That's Indiana giving you twice the land for half the taxes. I understand why the Bears are leaving.
I do too.
The same we are the fools for living here. JC, you all right, brother? You need a back scratch from a friend out here, brother.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I need a loofah. I need a loofah.
You see that?
Like that.
That got a little weird.
Bro, I keep looking at JC and JC just keep going.
Bro, my freak.
He's a fabric softener.
I kept the back scratch high, by the way. I didn't even spot.
Hey, no, they ain't. You pull some Transformers. Left cheek.
No. We're not doing that.
Left cheek.
No, but realistically speaking, like again, I said this morning. For me, I don't have a beef because I'm not going to the game. I'm going to be working. I don't feel like driving from the stadium to the studios to try and get there in time to report on it, or I'm coming here, or whatever it is. Like I don't have a beef one way or the other. It does feel wrong to me that the Bears would not be in Illinois, but I see teams around the NFL that have this all the time. I see teams in the NBA that don't play in the state. You know the Golden State Warriors. I don't know if people don't know. Aren't in Golden State.
Nope. There's no Golden State. It's Oakland.
Exactly.
There's no Golden State.
Like
it's San Francisco.
And the big thing for me is like we have this beef, we have this debate,
but they're in the same state. That's the thing.
But I think here's the thing: the issue that I think most of the older generation and the people that do have a problem with it have is the same issue that we have with Illinois, no matter what.
That's it, indeed.
But having that issue. How can you fault the Bears for going across state lines where you are getting less taxes? And the one thing I will say to all of it, we're getting an organization that's running like a major business.
Yes, a big boy.
We're getting an organization that's running like big boy business.
Yes.
We've been begging for this for so long.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden they doing some big boy business. It's like they leaving us. No, they not.
But my fault. I don't know about Ringo and JC, but my fault is not with the Bears specifically.
It's with Illinois.
It's with Illinois and the situation and the politicians. Because I've been living here, been paying these taxes, have been fighting with property taxes and sale taxes and cost of living increases and all the food costs and all this uptick in costs where we've had all this corruption in Illinois politics. At some point in time, you keep hearing the same jargon with these politicians. Oh, I'm different. But you consistently keep the same issues down in Springfield. At some point in time, Pritzker came in and said, "Oh, I'm going to change things." And guess what? This is his big chance for him to change things. First, it was the mayor of Chicago that effed it up. Then it was this new mayor that effed it up. And now the governor has effed it up. So now you got 3 F-ups in a row, and now we got the Indiana Bears.
Ringo, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah. Nah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, Drew is right. It's like, if they had it where all this time you were able to keep them, I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter what the feelings are. It's just like, this to me, because I don't know anything about the building and all the other stuff, so I can't really speak to that. I'm just speaking as more so of like a person that's looking at the team and looking at the rest of the team and saying, if I'm in any type of position of power like that, this is who I would want to keep here. Yeah. Especially if business is booming like that, I don't want you to go anywhere else.
Well, and what you don't want it to become is the Illinois becomes the state that is looked at as the one that let the Bears walk out the door because of business breaks that you were giving to other billionaire businesses in the state. Right? This is what the Bears are asking for. I know it sounds crazy, but what the Bears are asking for is nothing that Walmart don't ask for.
Yeah.
It's nothing that Costco doesn't ask for. Treat them like a business. I know that it has been a mom and pop organization. I know that they have run it like a mom and pop organization, but they're not doing it mom and pop right now. And so because of that, like I do appreciate the fact that here's the thing. If this is the sign that the Bears have turned a new leaf business-wise, I applaud it. Because if Chicago has the business in order, what's going to stop them from winning Super Bowls?
It's not.
And you getting the right talent. You paying the money that you have to have. You're creating liquid capital so that you can restructure contracts. Conversations that we having this season could play into part in 4 or 5 years.
Can I play
you're in a new stadium.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Let me finish. If I'm restructuring a contract, I want to get whatever 5 years from now Max Crosby is, and I got to restructure whatever 5 years from now DJ Moore is. Now all of a sudden I can do that, keep the talent on my team, and have Max Crosby show up in the door. Like, that's the kind of situation that you're creating by running this like a big business. So I've said this, I respect the Bears' position on it. I think that the Bears are actually, and I'm not saying they haven't effed up, but I do think that they're in the right in this moment. And I think what today was, with everything that we still heard, by the way, they still want to be in Illinois. They have openly said they still want to be in Illinois. But with everything that we have learned today, I do feel like that might be GG's at this point. What you got, Drew?
Is it possible that this is way off kilter, but is it possible that the lawmakers are strategically putting themselves in a bid to have a second football team? Kind of like we do with the...
You would then be going to war with the McCaskies, who are essentially the... I mean, which one you want to be the mom? Which one you want to be the dad? The fathers of football, the fathers of the NFL.
But you kicked them to Indiana, so you kicked them out. So it's potential for us to bring in one of these, relocate another team.
The reason that teams have not relocated to Chicago is because the McCaskies have said there will never be another football team. I know,
but you kicked them out though. So could you be doing that? Could they be doing that to do that? You are, but now you're fighting. You would be going to bat with what are we saying? Third biggest family in football? Realistically, honestly, biggest family in football.
I was going to say behind the Hunts and the.
I was going to say because of championships, but if we're talking about history, the biggest family in football.
True.
It used to be San Francisco too. It used to be San Francisco.
It's them. Yeah. It's them. It is that. No, the Hunts is Kansas City.
Oh, no, right. You're right.
It used to be the Barlow people was in San Francisco before.
Yeah. It would be the McCaskies. It would be Pittsburgh.
The
Roonies.
Yes.
And Jerry.
Yeah, I think a lot of people sold,
and maybe if you want to put the Roonies and the Joneses in front of the Bears, I wouldn't argue with you, but the Bears are the father of the NFL.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that the
McCaskies would never let another team within. I mean, it's funny to say because they'll probably be within 400 miles of the Colts, but within 400 miles of the Bears.
Originally, it was 2 NFL teams here before Arizona left.
Yeah, the Chicago Cardinals.
Right. So are we? So my that's what it says. Us off kilter to the left. But could the lawmakers be like, well, we can replace them with another NFL team?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're talking about,
I don't like it, but I'm just saying, is that the reason why they're not willing to play ball?
I would say this
because it has to be a reason why.
If you're talking about trying to further your career or move up as a lawmaker, the worst thing for your political platform is we let the Chicago Bears leave Chicago.
But they did that. So my point in asking that left question is like, what is their backup plan? Because you're losing so much revenue in hotels.
I don't think they have any
commerce when the Bears leave. And they have to have these contingency plans.
I'll be honest. I think what is scrambling.
Scraping.
I think they scraping and scrambling right now, Daddy. I think that's where they at.
That's right.
I think they on their Diddy right now.
That's not smart business.
And when you know the reason why? Because they didn't get serious until Indiana proved they was serious.
So my point to what you were about to say, or what you have been saying, is to piggyback off of your point you made earlier about the fact that you appreciate how the Bears are doing things like a big boy organization now. Is by extension, that's part of the culture change with this team. It's not just seeing it on the field with the players and the way Ben Johnson and the coaching staff is leveling up this team, but it's also the front office and what they're doing business-wise compared to what they used to be. And maybe that's why the governors and the politicians felt like we can take advantage of this mom and pop organization, because this is how they're going to do things anyway. They're going to kowtow and cower to our demands and what we want. And eventually we're going to get exactly what we want. They're not going to have any leverage. But now you see, now the tides have turned. You got Kevin Warren in here, and he's about business. He's changing the culture and the thinking of this organization and how they do business. And so he's saying, hey, you either give us our demands, like you said, just like any other big restaurant or establishment would want, or we're moving the goalposts. And they're literally moving the goalposts now. It's like Indiana, you're up now. So it's like now they're changing the culture all over the place, on the field, off the field, and I love it.
I was actually going to say that, JC, that it's like, I feel like they really did kind of play, because it's just like, all right, well, that's the Chicago Bears. They're not really going to do nothing. And then they just came to them like, hey, we looking to, get a new stadium. And it's like, oh, so now y'all want to act like adults?
But that's what it is.
So now we actually got to do something?
Yeah, but that's what it is. You know what I mean? I feel like the state of Illinois thought that it was still mom and pop. And again, Kevin Warren effed up. He did. Kevin Warren effed up. You should have never tried to build downtown. You wasted a year and a half. You did.
It was feasible. It was feasible.
Here's the thing.
It was feasible.
Here's the thing.
It was a feasible plan.
Was it really feasible knowing what we know about that part of town?
Yes, to me it was.
The Friends of the Park were going to move off.
It was because the Friends of the Park have been a little bit more lenient, plausible,
more willing to play ball. You trying to say?
Exactly. Yes, they were.
With what?
With some of the land there.
You know when they played ball a little more? When somebody was building a park. When they built Daly Park. That's when they played ball a little bit more.
Which is why I say they was willing to do it.
But it's a park.
Not a stadium.
It's not changing the stadium. It's not changing the infra. They wasn't willing to let Star Wars come. I'm never letting them live that down.
No, real talk. That's
George Lucas was like, George Lucas was Indiana.
Yep.
I hear you.
George Lucas legitimately was like, I will give y'all this building free. You just got to staff it. I'll build it. I want it to be here. It'll have a beautiful backdrop. Yeah. Where is it? Did it ever happen?
Nope.
The Star Wars Museum just didn't happen anywhere?
Not that I'm aware of.
Diabolical.
I don't know nothing about no Star Wars
Diabolical.
But I hear you. They was willing to play. But my thing was, I say they was willing to play ball because Kevin Warren's original plan was just kind of like rotate. It was not losing any of the land that's already there. It was just moving the land from one side to the next. Like, okay, we're moving the stadium over here to take care of these softball fields. That's just where the land is. And the land where the stadium is now, we're going to do something with that where we're just going to keep the pillars and make that more of the open plateau area. Yeah. So they were just moving from one side of the Lakeshore Drive to the next.
I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying there. They didn't play ball with that plan, though.
They didn't.
Like that. It's not like we're guessing on what they want to do. They didn't play ball with that plan. And by the way, unless we were parking on the lake, the plan didn't help Bears fans. The plan didn't change anything. It just meant you were going to enclose the stadium and build some nice bars around it. But it didn't change what we currently have.
Not really, though.
So Arlington Heights or Indiana were going to always be the option. So I do think that Kevin Warren effed up in the sense of, I think you wasted, what was that, about a year and a half?
Close, probably.
You probably wasted a year and a half.
Probably closer to 2.
Almost 2, if you want to say that.
It's 2 because it took at least 6 months for the drawing, the hypothetical drawing.
And you took your focus away from downtown. So like, to me, in that scenario, the Bears dropped the ball. And we have been willing to blame the Bears when the Bears dropped the ball. In this scenario, this is truly Illinois lawmakers not... From what Sylvie said today and how I interpreted it, and pretty much what he said flat out was, if they, which this bill should do if they put it through, if this bill goes through and it's everything that the Bears are asking for, the Bears are staying in Illinois. But it feels like, because of the situation that we're in, now you're to a point, especially with today, when you heard Governor Pritzker, he's like, I'm hurt and shocked. You ain't got time to be hurt.
That was fake.
You ain't got time to be, you don't have time. Maybe if you were in the meeting that you talked about 3 hours of, you would have time to be shocked. You don't have time for none of that. You got to get this deal done because they're leaving. They are packing up. This was your last, and I think this is the thing. I think Pritzker thinks that these are, and the Illinois lawmakers think that these are still warning shots.
The Bears said
they shooting a gun next to your ear at this point
the Bears
to
said,
let you know
the Bears said,
the next one's in your head.
It said February 28th was our drop dead last cutoff date for Illinois.
Yeah.
That was the 28th. So that's next week. That far?
Yeah, like I just don't understand. Like, and then like y'all said, he says there and he's like, "Oh, I'm shocked, I'm hurt." It's like, bro, we told you what was gonna happen. Like we literally walked it down to you. Like
the white mouse would not explode.
It's a lot of hand hiding going on here.
The white mouse would not explode.
Did you go Tom and Jerry on us on that one? That's a bar.
Yeah.
Don't you believe it? Go ahead, Steph.
Nah, yeah, it's just one of them things. Like, we absolutely told you what was gonna happen. We told you what we needed. You played around because it's like, he ain't finna do nothing. Yeah. He ain't doing that. And then, cause you know how it is sometimes. And it's just like, oh, you know that this just a little drawing that they got for the stadium. This a little drawing they got. It ain't going nowhere. Then it's like, y'all really.
The arrogance.
Y'all did this.
I thought this was a great analogy that Jack McGrath, AI Jack, as we call him on the Chicago Bears podcast,
Jack
made today.
Jack.
And in terms of if we sitting here talking, right, and you sitting here going, I don't know what any of this means, but the Bears are leaving and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Imagine right now a real life scenario, and this is what he put together. The Arizona Cardinals call you and say, we want Tyson Bagent.
Okay.
But we'll give you a 5th round pick for him.
No.
Right?
Nope.
I'm not playing ball. I need more. I'm here for getting the draft capital, but I need more. Right?
We got robbed out of our compensatory picks.
Now, flip situation. Imagine the Minnesota Vikings come call you and say, we'll give you a 1st and a 3rd round pick for Tyson Bagent. But you're trading him within the division It's not a situation you
I don't
want,
give a dang.
but it's a deal you can't turn down.
That's good business.
Yeah.
That is
Good
what
business.
Indiana is right now. I don't think it is the deal that the Bears want to do. Kevin Warren didn't want to take the Bears out of Chicago. Now he's taking them out of the state, possibly. I don't think
what do you do
this
with
is the
Arlington?
deal
What do you
that
do with
the
Arlington?
Bears want to do.
I know they don't, because what do? You got all of that land in Arlington. You got it for
You
a
can
decent
sell it.
deal.
Listen, when Mud say
Really,
that,
Kevin Warren, you
it's
really
real
think
estate.
Kevin Warren doesn't care so much about keeping them in Chicago if he can?
Kevin Warren spent 2 years trying to keep the team in Chicago. He literally was like, we don't want to look at Arlington Heights. I want cranes in the sky in the city of Chicago because God told him. I'm not saying he did that, but he spent so much time trying to keep him in Chicago, didn't want to move him out of the city.
Let alone
Now
Arlington.
he's taking them out of the state.
It's killing them, because you know the McCaskies want to be in Chicago.
That's a good analogy,
They
Douglas
want
Key.
they want to be.
What do you got? What do you got?
No, it's like, we can all relate. It's like a dude who loses out on the right woman because of his pride.
Yeah.
You know, don't want to do that.
No, I see the scenario I compared it to was you sitting there and you chasing Shorty around, week after week, and you like, listen, I'm just trying to let me take you on a date. We can go do this. I got you, Shorty. It's whatever you want it to be. I'm spending the money on you. I got you. You want Ruth Chris, baby? I got you on some Ruth Chris. Nah, I'm okay. I'm good. I gotta. You know what I mean? I got this over here. I'm cool. I don't want to do that. Meanwhile, you take a little road trip down to Indiana. You see Shorty at the skating rink. We all been there.
Mm-hmm.
She willing to cook you breakfast, lunch, dinner, rub your back, rub your front.
Rub your front.
She
Rub
willing
your front.
She willing to let you sleep in a little bit.
Sure, a little later.
She take the dogs for a walk. She come back. She got you lunch ready to go. Yeah, I mean, that's where Indiana is on right now. But you don't want her.
Exactly.
That's not the one you want.
Exactly. Indiana, the one that's getting up out the bed, cooking you waffles at 2:30 in the morning.
Yes.
You put in that work. She put in that work, and she cooking that meal.
Indiana, the one with the listen, and maybe this is a personal situation. You know what I mean? Indiana, the one with the mini fridge next to the bed. You get done doing what you're doing. She like, you want a juicy juice box?
I love a good mini fridge.
All right.
Love a good mini fridge.
She let you eat her kids' snacks.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Little Lunchables.
Pizza dishes.
She giving you them kids pizza rolls.
Hey,
Oh my God!
You got my heart.
Tony's pizza rolls.
You got the PlayStation hooked up in a room with the internet.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, see,
Hey, and as you walking out the door, she go, just know I'm gonna get you 2K this year.
Right.
Okay.
With the
VC card.
Exactly.
That's my pearl.
That's where Indiana on right now.
She's the one that pack your lunch on your way. Here's your little lunch, baby. Here's a little lunch on your way to work this morning.
But then the Chicago chick call you. Hey, so where you at? Oh, I'm in Indiana right now. Oh, you took a little road trip? Yeah. So what you think about it? I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
Right. It's extra 20-minute ride. It's extra 20-minute ride. But as you say,
it's cool.
The extra stuffs are worth it.
It's worth the ride. You know what I mean? It's worth the ride. Like I think what's so funny about this whole situation, one, that we've all been in it. Two, what's so funny about this situation is the more I go down this scenario, the Bears need to go to Indiana.
It's a win-win.
Hey, listen. And you already know, and y'all already know, just like every situation as well. The second that that the Illinois chick is 30 with 2 kids, now all of a sudden you look a little better. Now all of a sudden that money look a little nicer.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden that smile a little cuter. Yeah. I mean, as soon as you gonna lose the Bears, and Illinois gonna be looking at them and be like, man, we could have had that, man.
Yeah,
man, that's a nice dome you got down there, man. What y'all doing there? Oh, y'all hosting Super Bowls down there, man. Hey, man, y'all don't want to come back over here before you. But I got that thing you want.
That's too late now.
That's WrestleMania.
Now that land a little looser now because that dirt's been moved around. That dirt's been moved around on that land.
That soil is tarnished. Tarnished soil.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Show of love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Tar Hockey with a couple of super chats said East Chicago is in Indiana, which is close to where the new stadium will be. Even in Indiana state line, it's still Chicagoland. Yeah, we call that over East.
Yeah,
we call that overeat. Yeah, man, we know what it is.
Because we got radio stations that it's in Hammond that basically you know service Chicago.
Yeah, we call it overeat.
I know, but still.
He also dropped
West Chicago. I call it West Chicago, Indiana.
He also dropped why? Because Illinois leadership sucks and is corrupt. Indiana getting it done in months, and Illinois can't do it in years. Yeah, bro. That's really bottom line on all of it, man.
That's a good point.
Indiana is offering you bro. In months, Indiana was willing to get this deal done, and Illinois got serious after 4.5, 5 years.
But there has to be, like I said, that's why I say it has to be some other reason. It just can't be ineptitude. It has to be something else.
How long you lived in this state?
Man,
always
outside, I lived in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for a year, but outside of that, you know, I lived here for a majority of my life. But
and you don't think Illinois could just be inept?
I would hope not at this age. I hope not at this age. I'm optimistic. I'm gonna be wrong as two left shoes.
Hey, listen, I love how Waddle said it. He said, "I'm the idiot. I live here." Yes, because when you look around at other places, that's truly how I feel. They don't have the same problem. House that I got here that we shooting out of right now, bro. Forget Indiana. You want to talk about some of the states that's around us? How little I would have paid for this house and how little I'd have paid in taxes for this house with probably more land than I have right now. By the way, I'm not doing bad.
Me either.
I'm not doing bad, but the property taxes is crazy.
I pay 8 G's in property taxes, and my house ain't even a mansion. So I know exactly it's corrupt, but geez.
And I'll tell you this right now: if you want to talk about something else that might be a little a bit of an incentive, you're getting to play for the Chicago Bears. You still get to wear the historic franchise. You're representing the city of Chicago. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if y'all saw this today. The mayor of Hammond dropped this little nugget that would be very interesting for my work. And I don't know if he misspoke on this or not.
Oh, what do we got?
He said they'd move Hallis Hall.
Whoa. Whoa.
Really?
The mayor of Hammond, and maybe it was a misspeak, maybe he was getting a little bit too ahead of his skis.
Whoa.
He said they would move Hallis Hall to Indiana. If everything I'm doing as far as a player, and I'm talking about on the football field now, going back to the players and stuff like that, this ain't got nothing to do with the politics, but if everything I'm doing is Indiana tax, if everywhere I'm working as far as the games here, it's Indiana tax. How easy you think it's going to be to get free agents to want to come here? Now, all of a sudden, you have a Miami conversation. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have taxes in Indiana. They do have taxes in Indiana.
It ain't
but
like
it's nothing like here. You want to talk about housing, driving to the stadium? Because you want to talk about living in Indiana as far as taxes, buying a mansion in Indiana? Or you could buy Gary.
Because the weather's the same. The weather's the same in Illinois as it is in Indiana. And it got other, because if you,
now, I don't know if that's the case. Maybe he misspoke. Maybe he was out of line on that.
Man, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
If they were willing to move this thing to Hammond, Indiana, bro.
Because I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it. Like, are you now moving Hallis? Because if you moving everything to Indiana and you got that much room up in Northwest Indiana, why wouldn't you move Hallis down there?
Listen, I wouldn't,
because it's all, you know. Look at it, the super producer says, "I'm thinking dire."
I'm thinking dire. Listen, all I'm saying is, if you're talking about getting a deal done in Indiana, and you move everything to Indiana.
Why wouldn't you?
And everywhere that they work is in Indiana. And every deal that they make, every house that they buy, everything that's going on is in Indiana. You're going to have a much easier time getting people convinced to come to play for the Chicago Bears, because now I'm not paying Chicago state tax. Now my contract looks a little bit more like the numbers on my contract, because realistically,
Crosby,
I'm signing for a $20 million deal in Illinois. What, you getting, about 15?
Yeah, probably.
You losing 5 off the top more than likely.
You are.
I don't know if that's perfectly accurate.
Not even talking, because then you still, if you still living in downtown, and it's a hop, skip, and a jump from Hammond from downtown, because you hop on the toll road.
Yeah,
you there in 15 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Bottom line for me, you said what?
All I hear is, why don't we just take McKinney Bottom
and move it somewhere else? close. That's a stupid idea, Patrick. What was that idea of yours? Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. A lot of content still coming you guys' way on the channel. We do got to talk about this before we get up out of here, man. We've had a lengthy conversation on this topic, and we appreciate y'all rocking with us on this. There is a little football conversation to be had here, though, as far as players on the field. It seems like we've gotten a little bit of a price. Little, finally hit that the barcode across, boop, and we know how much it's going to cost.
Thank you, Caleb, for putting the foot forward in this.
Much.
That was
that was not.
No, hold on.
Hold on.
I don't think it was a coincidence.
No, it wasn't.
Was the pod weird to anybody?
It's a little different.
No.
The pod was. Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
It's a little different.
How long was the pod? About an hour and 15 hours?
It was an hour. It was over an hour
and 15.
Yeah, almost.
That's about
hour.
Yeah. I ain't seen an hour and 15 of glazing.
And that's my point.
Straight in my bro.
That's what I said. It was a little bit off a little bit.
There's a reason there was a lot of glaze. There's a future trade in place for the glazing. Okay,
listen, brother.
Hey, those guys, they said, hey, you got my back, I got your back.
That wasn't back.
No. that was a little extra.
I tell you that, and listen, I'm all for giving somebody their flowers, right?
No.
I'm all for giving you, like, I'm going to give JC the flower. I'm going to give everybody their flowers. I think you deserve your flowers. That's a segment. That's a segment of the show. What do you think about Caleb? What do you think about Max? Bro, that was an hour and 15 minutes
of straight
glaze.
What was that? What was that movie?
Right.
Of straight jacking. That's how it was.
Bro.
Yes.
Whatever you want to call it. I love it.
And Roddy B said it was just respect. Listen, I get respect. I'm giving you respect.
Ultimate respect.
Here's the thing. It's just respect if Max Crosby comes to Chicago. Then it truly is, I respect him, he respect me. We politicking. We politicking. If Max Crosby end up in Detroit, that's a weird podcast, bro.
I would get pissed off.
If Max Crosby ends up in Detroit, that's a little bit of a weird podcast, bro.
Even when they got to like the painting of the nails, Max was like, oh yeah, I understand now and everything. He's like, yeah, I'm a troll, and I started doing it just to troll Texas and to all this other stuff, and it just became a thing. It was like he even agreed with that. I thought everybody hated Caleb for painting his nails. It's like they were on the same page about everything.
Right.
It's like, man, you're a god. You're gonna be a god.
Hey, what was that movie? They were simpatico.
They were simpatico. Yes, simpatico. It was an interesting podcast to say the least. But we do now know weirdly right after that pod dropped, the price tag essentially came out from that 2 firsts, and Bears will probably still have to move a player for Max Crosby. Boys, we talked about this scenario where the new price that was put out there, because what Vegas has said is that they don't want to get rid of Max Crosby. They don't want to move on from Max Crosby. If they would, the asking price will begin at 2 firsts. If that's where it's beginning, you're assuming that teams are bidding on Max Crosby. That price may go higher. Bears still have to move money to make this deal work. So in this scenario, boys, are you out on Max Crosby, or do you still feel like pay the price, get it done, get this guy here?
Pay the price.
No.
It's like jumping into a swimming pool.
Pay the price.
You're all in. I'm going all in, baby. What are you talking about? It's not even a question.
It is, because Las Vegas wants 2 first.
Yeah.
But
the Bears got to move a player to make it work.
But the other 31 GMs said that you can't replicate what the 2 first was what they got for Michael Parsons. But since Michael Parsons was 2 years younger, still in his rookie deal, and never had a history of injury, you can't demand the same amount. So that's why people are saying that, even though they saying 2 firsts, it's not going to be 2 firsts in reality.
Oh, dang it. I thought I was out of the camera.
He tried to
Wait, was I in the camera the first time?
No, you weren't.
How did I do it the first time and not the second time?
I don't know. I didn't see you.
The first time you ducked, he just second time he just.
You just like, right in there.
What are your thoughts, Rigo?
I was gonna say this this pretty much checks out to me. Two first would be around the price. I mean, we talking about Max Crosby. I mean, we not gonna act like this man ain't probably top 3 at his position. And if you talking about moving, even if you talking about okay, well, like all the 31 other GMs, like okay, we need a player. What player are you gonna find better than DJ Moore?
No, I'm not saying DJ Moore, but they were talking about
Like,
in the trade.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, like we talking about DJ Moore.
Well, I think. Listen, the conversation was that he wants to go to Detroit, right?
No, Detroit wants him. Detroit's in the
Detroit
bid.
wants him, and he's from Detroit. He went to Michigan State. He wants to go to Detroit. He's from Detroit.
Oh, that'd be ugly.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
and Detroit, Detroit 100% will send Jameson Williams.
If he goes to Detroit,
Jameson Williams is a better player than.
Well, they got Tesla. But yeah, nah.
he goes to Detroit. We know the Kings of the North.
Well, let's pump the brakes on that. On paper, it looks great. We're still the best.
Here's the thing.
And in reality,
Here's the thing I would say about this, right? Is you know, if we believe that Ben Johnson is the mathematician and the god of offensive plays that we have seen and just knows how to do all these things, he would figure it out. I think that we could be pretty confident that he would figure it out. It's a lot harder if you got Aiden Hutchinson and Max Crosby on the same defensive line. And I'll be honest with you, that plays into this conversation. I know people say
that's like a Philly defense. That's like Philly defense.
Here's what I said when this came up.
And they got Anzalone as linebacker.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Here's what I said when this came up before. Remember we were talking about Micah Parsons, and I was like, "Well, if the Packers are interested, the Bears should be interested because you don't want to play Micah Parsons twice."
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "No, Pat, that's stupid. Why would you ever do that? The Packers ain't gonna get a Packers got him. Oh, God, why weren't the Bears involved more? I can't believe that we didn't get involved. You could be in that situation for Max. That would be a tough one where now...
That'd be 2 losses.
Now, here's the big thing, though. Realistically speaking, you are going all in at that point. We talked about that. How many all-in teams are winning Super Bowls? There's really just the one.
It's the one.
Jalen Ramsey and Matt Stafford go to the Rams. They win the Super Bowl. Realistically speaking, Jalen Ramsey got his butt cooked. If Aaron Donald's not great,
it doesn't look.
It don't look that good.
But Aaron Donald was also a draft pick, so that's the point we were making before. That
I'm just saying from a Super Bowl perspective, they win that Super Bowl,
right?
Because Aaron Donald, not because of Jalen Ramsey.
Because to further your point, it has to be a combination of this all in and great drafting. You have to have great drafts up until, and you need that one player to just put you over the top, which is what Stafford did. Jalen Ramsey did. I think Jalen Ramsey made 1 or 2 plays in the playoffs. Matthew Stafford made 1 or 2 great throws in that playoff run, and they both did just enough because they had enough homegrown talent. For me, the Bears need to have a little bit more homegrown talent. Like I wouldn't go all.
They do.
They do.
But they do have a lot.
They lose a lot of it too, though. Because
realistically,
you talking about Brisker being gone.
Well, it depends on what you do, right? I put the video out about the restructures and stuff like that. There are ways that you can keep Brisker if you want him, but that's up to you whether you feel like you on the side and wants him or not. But you do still have Roma Dunza. You've got Luther Bird. You've got Coastal Lum. You've got Caleb Williams. You've got You've got Darnell Wright on the defensive side. You got Kyler Gordon. You got Jalen Johnson. You've got what's that boy name?
Tariq Stevens.
No, I wasn't even talking about him. On the line, Javon Dexter.
I thought he was cutting him.
No, am I restructuring? You're not cutting him. You really can't cut him. You got to hold on to him. But you've still got Austin Booker in this situation, right? Like there is still a lot of homegrown talent in this world that the Bears would be living in. And so for me, like while I'm intrigued by Max, and 2 firsts doesn't seem crazy. 2 firsts and a player might be too rich for my blood at that point.
Well, what if the player is DJ Moore and you already have your crop of young players at wide receiver that can take you over the top? Because for me,
I get third.
I like what Joe said. Joe said for what did he say? For the 32nd pick in 2027 draft, the Bears select Max Crosby. That's essentially what you're getting. If you win the Super Bowl in the next 2 years, those 2 draft picks won't mean anything because you're drafting already in the late first round. So it's not like it's a top 5, top 10 draft pick.
Yes.
My thing is you're still having that window open. You're not necessarily giving up your entire future for the now. If you're only giving up 26 and 27 and a player that really you might have already been trying to get rid of him to get more money to address other areas anyway.
Right. But in the flip side of that situation, you are putting yourself. Let's say the Lions get him. Lions got to pay Aiden Hutchinson. They got to pay Max Crosby. They got to pay Jared Goff, who's dying. He's an old man. You're paying Jahmyr Gibbs. You're paying Amon-Ra St. Brown. All of a sudden, they're in the cap struggle of you have to win a Super Bowl or it's GG's.
And you have to cut a lot of good players because a lot of them cap casualties. What I'm saying is, and what Pat's saying is you want to stay, and what we talked about on the last show, you have to stay in between cap issues and draft issues. You don't want to lose all of your money and your financial flexibility, and you also don't want to lose all of your draft picks. You want to stay, because even though we're picking in 25, there is still great talent that you can find within that draft in the first round of them later draft picks.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But my question, like if I'm in the room and if it's Ben Johnson, if it's Ben Johnson, if it's Ryan Pauls, how close do we actually think we are? Because at the end of the day, that's literally all this comes down to.
It's a great point. It's a great point. And
how close do we actually think we are? Because if we actually think that we are going to take the leap that not only we expect ourselves to take, but everybody else expects us to take, absolutely 100% yes, I'm going in for Max Crosby.
It's a great point, because I do think there's a lot of people that think we're a million miles away. But it's also, you haven't seen Tremaine Edmonds with a defensive line in front of him. You haven't seen TJ Edwards with a defensive line in front of him. Now, realistically speaking, Tremaine Edmonds might not be here because of the cut that you could make and save $15 million. But like, there's so many of these players to me that Jalen Johnson, right? What does Jalen Johnson look like with a defensive line in front of him? We thought he was a lockdown corner with us rushing the passer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had this 4 right here going after the quarterback. Ringo's the only one that got a sack.
but that's the whole thing we talked about before. Like, when do you actually think our Super Bowl window is going to start? I'm thinking that Caleb is his second year. Yeah, you got a few quarterbacks like Drake May, but is it though? Because Drake May went to the Super Bowl his second year. But it's a lot of other teams that Brady went in his second year, but Brady was led more by defense.
Yeah. Like
usually a lot of the Super Bowl caliber teams, they have a little bit more of a team that have been around for a while. They're not a lot. Half their team is not.
It's not a young team.
It's not a young team.
Yeah.
So my point is that for us, I think our Super Bowl window doesn't start until year 3 and 4 of our core players.
But you do have. Okay. So on that Patriots team, Vrabel, vet head coach.
Yep.
They got some vet players.
Not very minor. They a majority team was young, and it showed.
Oh, Stephon Diggs,
Christian Gonzalez.
Christian Gonzalez was a rising player. By the way, showed everybody why he was a shutdown corner in that Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, realistically speaking, our question on Christian Gonzalez wasn't could Christian Gonzalez play. It was could he stay healthy?
Yeah.
It was never could he play. I knew he was a dog.
It's just
because you know what he do.
Yeah.
So
you know how he get down.
But that goes back. If you
know where he from.
If you look at the age group of the Patriots, they were one of the younger teams in the league. They were on the bottom years in the league. The Bears right now are a little bit, they're in the middle of the road. They got a lot of their offense. The skilled players are young, but the core players are a little bit old because you got Shelton is old. You got Tooney that's old. I'll say again.
Bears in the middle of the road in what?
As far as age of their team, they're not young, they're not old, they're in the middle.
Actually, Okay.
They are because they're in the middle of the age.
Okay.
Because a lot of their defensive line and their offensive line are not longer in the tooth, but they're not first year, 2-year players.
Like 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Even most of their linebackers. You got Edmonds that's been in the league for like 5 or 6 years.
Chicago Bears are the 16th youngest team in the NFL.
Right in the middle. Like I said, right in the middle.
Average age of 26. The New England Patriots are the 11th youngest team in the NFL. Average age of 26. We're talking points here, boys. It's 26.23 for the Bears, 26.08 for the Patriots. Seahawks shed a year off there. They're 25.77 in that. The Packers are the youngest team in football and seem to always be the youngest team in football. I wonder when they'll stop using that crutch.
So that but see that's what I'm saying. So if the Patriots just made it and we looked at that schedule and said, okay, this is basically what the schedule was. I believe the Bears have more talent on their team than the Patriots do. So why shouldn't the window be open?
Can I give you a nasty hot take?
But they weren't supposed to be there either.
Can I give you a nasty hot take?
Patriots weren't supposed to be there because Denver blew it. Denver blew it and Buffalo blew it. That's how they got in.
Denver didn't blow it. Both niggas got hurt.
The AFC title game, you would say that your Super Bowl window is open with a couple of additions that you make. But can I give you a nasty hot take on this?
Give me a smoking hot.
I think the Chicago Bears Super Bowl window is more open than the New England Patriots.
Thank you.
Oh, this was their chance. I don't think they get back to the Super Bowl.
Reason I say that, there is a lot of health issues that help the Patriots get there. Now, I'm not saying that the Patriots are bad, right? When people were like, Drake May didn't play nobody, I'm the person that was like, neither did Tom Brady. We would sit there every year and go, well, Brady didn't play nobody, so we don't expect them to do nothing. And then they run through the Super Bowl and they win the Super Bowl, and you just be like, well, what are you going to do? But I truly feel like what we saw from the Chicago Bears this year, their window of being able to win Super Bowls is more open than where the New England Patriots are, who just went to the Super Bowl, because I don't think that the AFC is going to be that again. I don't think Joe Burrow dies again. I don't think you're going to be in a situation where Bo Nix dies again, where, I mean, how many AFC Lamar Jackson misses the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes misses the playoffs. They got a top 15 pick this year.
Ooh. Oh,
the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
Not a top 15 pick to add to Patrick Mahomes.
But that's what...
Monks think he's dead. Remember when they did this to Brady? Oh, he's done. Remember the first 3 Super Bowls? Oh, he's done. It's over. Call it one. This man won 4 more rings after that.
But that's the reason why we kept saying, like, if this was going to be anybody's year, it was going to be Josh's year, because you knew that the AFC, you weren't gonna get this again,
bro. If the Patriots pull Josh Allen,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think that the Bears have, because of so many deficiencies on the defensive side of the ball as far as pass rushing. Because if you look at the great, like, as much as Caleb is Superman, you still need an adequate defense. If you look at,
but what are we missing?
Let me finish.
What are we missing?
Look at Seattle's defense this year.
Yes.
You look at the Rams' defense 2 years ago.
Yes.
You look at Philadelphia's defense last year.
Yes.
They had multiple studs.
Yes,
they had multiple studs on the defensive line. If we get Max, that's our one stud. I think we need one more.
But the Eagles drafted high though. They already, bro. I just think we need one more before I just think we need one more before our Super Bowl window.
You think we need one more legitimate pass rusher?
Yes.
But
so that's what I mean though. Like the conversation, what if we get him this year via the draft? What if we get him this year via going out and signing Trey Hendrickson, or going out and signing Bradley Chubb?
Oh. No, that ain't the game changer.
Bradley Chubb's a monster.
I said
we can't say he not.
I said he's not a game changer.
Bradley Chubb?
He's not Max Crosby.
Bradley Chubb?
Yes.
He's not Max Crosby, bro.
He's not Max.
What are we talking about?
He's good, but he's not Max. He's good. He's really good. I would take him. I would take him as a cover.
Here's the weird. Maybe this is the
I would take Bradley Chubb and then draft
Bradley Chubb was in quarterbacks' faces all day, knowing he was the only person on that team,
bro.
Pick him up. Pick him up and draft a stud. Then I can think a Super Bowl window will be open, in my opinion, because that means you will have three people that can get 10 plus sacks. I don't think we're open because we don't have enough defensively to be able to. If you look at the last, my point was.
By the way, when we in this chat, say Patriots, type out Patriots. When y'all be saying Pats, I be thinking y'all talking trash about me, and I be ready to fry y'all. I be having to tell myself, oh, he 10 Patriots.
No, so my even if you look at,
I see Pats 4 times, like the Pats ain't even that good. I'm like, I'm real good. Shut up.
That's what, if you look at the defense, if they had 3+ people that could pressure the quarterback,
yes.
And for me, I think the Bears to be our Super Bowl window to be open right now, you need that same 3. Whether it be, if you give Max, then we don't have enough. We still missing that 1. But if you get Bradley Chubb, then it's potentially you can still keep your first round draft pick and get that stuff, because this draft is deep in defensive line.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like we're saying, I think this is the thing. How far away are the Bears if you're saying that acquiring one piece via free agency and one piece via the draft, they're right there? You're not that far away.
I'd say they're a superior pass rusher in the free agency, Max Crosby. And
well, that's via trade. That's not free agency.
I'm sorry. Okay, via trade. And then, well, that's my thing is, I think that they're that piece away, plus being shrewd in the later draft rounds, because that means you don't have your first round. So you have to hit on your second round defensive tackle prospect, or your end prospect, your third round defensive tackle, whatever, that you got to hit on those.
Yeah. I hear you. Hey, man, let us know how you guys feel in the comments below, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. Is your back better? You need a little scratch? Dang it.
Oh, my God. Here goes Diddy. Here goes Diddy.
I'm keeping it high.
Oh, here's a Diddy. Hey, Pat's turned into Diddy now.
I'll tell you this right now.
Pat's turned into Diddy. He's got a case of baby oil. I see in the corner over there.
This is not a Diddy situation.
Ringo, we gotta run.
Right there.
Ringo, we gotta run.
What I will say about this,
Ringo's not going anywhere.
JC's definitely not lotioning his back. That's the bottom line.
I'm not gonna lie.
JC's definitely not lotioning his back. For Mr. Drew Better, if you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. And of course, the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan Adon. It is your boy Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down.